Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you guys my Blaster Royal Paladin deck profile for June 2017. All thanks goes to my girlfriend Tsundere from our channel for letting me use her deck for my latest deck profile. This deck mostly uses the new support from the IG Legend deck, incorporated with a bunch of other blaster support from other sets like Transcending Blade and many others. But it's really nice because you can get the most of what you need for this deck from that Legend deck, and it's still very playable, but just thought I'd give you guys the pretty much completed out version with the other support. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Run 4 Divine Knight King, Alfred Holy Saver. This is the card that basically lets you give one of your blaster rearguards Twin Drive, as long as it was the first attack that turn after Alfred. So basically you have to deal with the triple drive from Alfred itself, and then also deal with the twin drive from Blaster Blade on the rearguard. It just has to have a blaster in the card name though, so you can run the grade 3 or grade 2 version of Blaster Blade when you use this effect. So very powerful. Having to deal with the possibility of 5 triggers in one turn is definitely very scary and a very good stride to go into. Also, 2 Holy Squire. This card is one good way for unlocking units if you're playing against Link Joker, but other than that, it's a powerhouse card. All you have to do is unflip for it, and you have to have an Alfred Heart, so play that in mind as well when you are running this card if you are going to use units with Alfred's card name, just when you go off of that with this card. And also 2 Holy Dragon, Religious Soul Saver. Power-up card, just like the original Soul Saver Dragon, and it also gets an extra crit depending on how many hearts with blasters, so it's more for the power-up for the units in the soul than the second effect of having 2 hearts, because that works more with the Legion if you have Thing Saver, but it's very possible to have multiple cards with Blaster and its card name in your soul, just for all the different units you run in the deck. And also 4 Ariel, Divine Knight Altmile. This card, good first turn stride for power-up plays, giving +3 to everything in the front row, and the GB2 to call grade 2 also works very nicely for the fact that you can call Blaster Blade or Lu, depending on what you want for your combo play that attack step. And for the G-Guards, I run 3 Great Flash Assault. It is a Counterblast 1 when placed on guard circle. If you have a Vanguard with Alfred or Blaster in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, this gets +5 shield for each of your rear guards till the end of the battle. So potentially plus 25,000 with this card for just a Counterblast is very nice. And this card actually came with the Legend deck, so a very easy accessible G-Guard. And also run 1 Vivid Sacred Staff on Dragius. It is a +10k for having 2 or more grade 2 rearguards, which is very easily accessible in this deck, like I said, with Altmile's Stride, or just simply calling the grade 2s yourself with your abilities. And that's it for the Stride Zone. We will move on to the main deck. I run 4 Blaster Blade Exceed. This card comes with the trial deck. It has an effect of when this unit is placed on Vanguard or rear, you may pay the cost, which is a Counterblast 1. You choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or greater rear guards, retire it. Grade 1 or greater is really powerful for the fact they can kill 1, 2, or 3. Just can't hit starters or grade 0s, but still can hit a majority of things on the field when placed. And it's Counterblast 1 when your G unit with Saver in its card name strides. During your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 card with Blaster Blade in its card name, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. So either search for the 3 or the grade 2, getting Stride Fodder, or if you need to call that unit to rearguard to gain the effect of the Alfred Stride, which you'll most guarantee get off most of the time. And for this backup in the deck, I run 4 Alfred Oath, just as powerful. Just another good backup to go into for the fact that it has basically another call effect. The GB2, during your turn, this unit gets +2 for each of your rear guards, and a Counterblast 1 Soul Blast, and choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, if you have a Swordsman of Light or Blaster in your soul, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 cards with different grades. With Swordsman of Light or Blaster in the card name, call them to rearguard. So you're able to fill up the rearguards very fast with this unit as well. So it's also a potentially good unit to ride onto first if you don't have the kill with Blaster Blade Exceed, or you just want to save this for later plays during the game. And for grade twos, 4 Blaster Blade. Pretty standard, and he comes with the Legend deck, which is very nice as well, making it easy for old players and new to get a hold of this card. And I love that it's the original art as well, because, you know, anime arts are really, really nice. And it's pretty standard kill effect, CB2, grade 2 or rear, or greater rear guard when placed on rear, and you can kill any unit when placed on vanguard. Pretty standard, and he goes with a lot of the combos in the deck, so you definitely got to max him out if you can. And 3 favored Pupil of Light and Dark, Lu. Now this card's a Counterblast 1, put into the soul when he's boosted by Flogel or a Barkal new unit. He gets +3, and he gets to call Blaster Blade a stand after the attack. So multiple attacks, and also building up your soul as well. And also 3 Swordsman of Light, Ames. It's one of the call targets with Alfred Oath, so one of those cards you call in rear guard. Plus, he has the effect if he hits, you search your deck for a Blaster Blade. If you have a Vanguard with Alfred in its card name, and if you do, you search your deck for up to 1 card Blaster Blade, call it to rear, and it gets a free cost for its kill effect as well, so you don't have to use the Counterblast on your Blaster Blade. And also 1 Blaster Blade Spirit. I like this card for the fact that you can go with Wingal Brave to search this out. It's a potentially good ride target since it's a 10k as well, but also when it's called from the deck, it's got a Counterblast 1 kill effect. And for grade 1s, I run 4 Bringer of Divine Grace, Epona. We get this Countercharge Perfect Guard with the Legend deck, which is incredible. We've gotten discard draw ones for the last 2, so the fact that we got a Countercharge one makes it even more great for you. In fact, you don't need to have your Holy Knight Guardians. You can just go off of Epona, which I'm sure a lot of old fans love having this card as the Perfect Guard. You know, a lot of you are fans of the critical Epona back in the day. And 4 Little Tactician Marin. It is another grade 1, Counterblast 1. When it's placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard with Alfred or Blaster in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 card, call it to rear. It gets +3 until the end of the turn, shuffle your deck. The fact that it says 1 card, you can search for anything you need for your combo plays. Definitely need to run this at 4. Like I said, it will not steer you wrong, just for the fact that it has a very easy cost to obtain, and it's just a Gen Break 1, but any card in the deck you search for, and it gets +3. And 2 Laurel Knight Sisylis, just for stride assistance, so you can get off easier strides, because sometimes you want to save your Blaster Blades for, you know, the rear guard twin drive that you can get with the Alfred Stride. 2 Blaster Friend, Barkal. Now this, if you ride it on top of Winkle Brave, you can get the search effect after boosting, since it does have Blaster in its card name. Plus the countercharge effect with Blaster Blade helps immensely as well. And 2 Swordsman of Light, Junos, just so the final search target and a good power card play for Alfred for the +5 effect that it gets. Plus you can call it with Alfred Oath and, you know, have that power boost granted as well. And then for grade 0s, your starter is Wingal Brave. Pretty standard. It's a free costs boost to search for a unit with Blaster in its card name. Pretty much search out 1, 2, or 3, depending on what you need in the deck. Most of the time you'll grab the 2 or the 3. Like if you boost Blaster Barkal, you'll get the search for the 2. Or if you already have the 2, you can grab the 3. So you'll almost never be grade stuck using this as your starter. And 4 Floral Pattern Flogel. It has the restand effect with Blaster Blade for a Counterblast 1. At the end of the battle, that your unit with Blaster Blade attack a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your units named Blaster Blade on rear, stand it, and return this unit to your deck. So you're putting back a critical, and you are also powering up Blaster Blade with an extra stand, so any multiple attacks you get off with Lu, then Blaster Blade, will just keep on repeating itself. And also 4 Skion Rider. This is the Alfred crit. Put this unit in your soul when your grade 3 Vanguard with Alfred and its card name attacks. You may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 2. Now this deck does counterblast immensely, so you need to run this as a definite staple, just for the fact you have Alfred Oath. When it attacks, put this into your soul. You'll get your countercharges, and you'll also build up your soul as well, which is very nice. And 4 draw, he actually gave us a reprint of Margal, which I think is really, really cool. Usually not a fan of the newer arts, but they really outdid themselves with this Margal. The side view of it, it still keeps, you know, its original look, which I think is nice, and, you know, A lot of times we don't get a second holo version as well, which is very cool. But the +3 power, additional soul build-up also. And to finish up, we are running the new Yggdrasil Elaine, just for the fact that it is holo, so you can go max rarity if you want with your Royal Paladin deck. But very cool how they also still kept us the original heal trigger as well for the HD Legend deck. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, here, Qualia out.